Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Kong Zhaojian. And in that last episode, we were taking in the wake of the fall of the Chinese Empire. I suppose we can call it the Empire. Hegemony seems like a reasonable term. In the game, it would be considered a hegemony, not an empire tier title. But I think we'll continue to call it the Empire because we in the West would consider the leader of it to be the emperor, as far as I'm aware. So, regardless, before I go on too much of a tangent here, in that last episode, we were kind of taking in the events in the first couple of years in the fall of the empire and where Zhao Jian's place was within that. And that place seems to be, he laid low, certainly for a little while, kind of getting his bearings and trying to determine who was going to be the one who would gain his allegiance, I guess. Technically, we were sworn to the Wang of Yang, but we could have changed our allegiance if we so chose to. However, a series of events with the deaths of the Wang Sui Si Wei and the Wang Sui Yusun led to some chaotic moments at the end of that last episode. So yeah, we're in a very interesting position, and I think, as some people pointed out, we were friends with Wang Sui very briefly, but we got a good impression of him at his coronation before he choked to death under suspicious circumstances, probably poisoned, at his own coronation of all things. So now his brother, this isn't his son, this is his brother, Sui Xiaowei, is now the new Wang. And what we need to consider is what we're going to do here. And I think what I'd like to do, and what some people suggested, is that we could become a bit of a guardian, a teacher, and a mentor for this young man. And even though he is slow, it's not, a lot of things pass by him unnoticed. Maybe he's just unobservant, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's, completely dumb or anything like that. His learning is 14, which is quite decent. So, yeah, that's something to consider. And we actually do have the possibility of doing that. So I actually sent over our younger son, Yuan Gui, to be trained under Zhang Hao, the the monk of the fist, and he's going to train him up. He's pretty good at learning, and he's got good traits and things like that. And he's been with us a long time. We trust this man, so I think having him train our second son would be good. But Sui Xiaowei is pretty similar in age to our eldest son. If we take a look here, our current eldest son, yeah, same age, both 13. And we do have the possibility of becoming his guardian. Now you'll see that it's currently at -10, base roll excellence -50, foreign court -75, which, yeah, it's going to happen anyways because, rulers don't want to go to another character's court. But we get a big bonus because of his opinion, the diplomacy skill, the stewardship skill, and the learning skill. The rank difference also matters as well, but he's also apparently terrified of us. I don't know why. We have 0.6 dread, so apparently he's terrified of us. But we do have a way to gain that extra little 10, because as you can see, offer guardianship, it's -10. But 86 is because of his opinion of us. You'll see how his opinion of us is plus 86. So theoretically, if we raise his opinion of us by 10, that means that we will be where we need to be. And we can do that by gifting him an artifact. And we have this tome on mathematics that we wrote. It's a good artifact, honestly. But I'm totally fine with giving this one over. We can write a new tome. And if we do that, now he's at 100. Now if we offer the guardianship, there we go, +3. So now we can be the one teaching the new Wang of the Yang Kingdom? Yeah, the Kingdom of Yang. And the Kingdom of Shan'an as well. So we're gonna do that. We'll offer him the guardianship. We're gonna teach him to be a good man, and he's already got all his traits filled out: patient, content, and zealous. Not terrible traits. But yeah, to the benevolent Kong Zhaojian, I would be happy for you to educate you. I would be happy for you to educate me, Wang Sui Xiao Wei, a noble upbringing for a fine noble spirit. Signed, Wang Sui Xiao Wei of Yang. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool because this means that we could possibly, I mean, Ba just expanded here. There's a little bit of danger here, but that's all right. I'm feeling a little bit better. Yeah, we're a little bit sick, but we should be okay. I'm a little concerned about the Hawk of Ba, because this guy is possibly going to be one of the more dangerous ones here. The Battle of Fei River. Interesting. We just passed by somewhere interesting. Caught outside. A little bit of snow. I think we're patient. That's an opportunity to rest. There's a little bit of danger here, obviously, as we're traveling. We gained the Defender trait. Huh. I'll take it. Mountain out of molehills. We would be wise to rest. Yeah, I think we'll just be careful and take delays. So apparently we're going to Huanggang. Son has been taught by Zhong Hao. Nice. Good job, Zhong Hao. Teaching well. And Kong Xiaozong will hopefully become friends with the new Wang. I mean, they're, you know, very similar age. And, you know, we're the guardian of both. So yeah, I think that is good. Scheme failed. Breathe and breathe again. No more excuses. I will press on. Yeah, let's just press on, I suppose. We're just we're studying here. What do we got here? To the benign Kong Zhaojian, I offer you the service of my wife, Shi Wu, a highly skilled woman with extensive knowledge of court politics. I hope this gesture of generosity is well received and that you would allow her to serve in your court. This is his wife? Oh, she's... No, this is his... Is this his wife? This is his former wife. He's offering us the services of his insane ex-wife. What? Who is this guy? Wang Tong Zhong Yi. What the heck? The Kingdom of Lu. Wait, this guy's our friend. Oh no. How do you say no to it when he's like, oh, here, have my ex-wife serve you in your court. Oh, thanks, buddy. Okay, I guess we'll accept. Jeez. Yeah, okay. Well, it is what it is. We do have a few different things that we can do. We could favor an era, which, if I one day to accept the sacred responsibility of the mandate of heaven, which I don't think we plan to do, but I must conduct myself as a sovereign would and give thought to the plenitudes that will look to me as the master of all land under heaven. If, nay when, that time comes, will their future be one of peace and prosperity, or victories won and foreign sovereigns brought to submission? So we can choose an era. I don't really know how this would benefit us. I don't think we really need to do this right now. I'm not seeing any benefit to us in the immediate moment, and I don't want to burn all of that influence. We could author a new book. A book of poetry could be good, or a book of prose. A new book will be created for your thoughts on philosophy and of virtues in our time. Yeah, let's do that. Let's create a philosophy book. Work of history or a philosophical essay. Yeah, let's do a philosophical essay. As I sit down to write by my desk, I ponder the work that lies ahead, and my eyes fall on the four treasures of the study. The four treasures, yeah. As a scholar, these are the tools of my trade. With them, I can employ reason and enlighten others. But what should it say? Yeah, let's write a philosophical essay. I think that is totally fine there. We could also perform a ritual sacrifice, which we should probably do at some point here in our duty as the representative of the Kong dynasty, but we're feeling a little ill, so I'm not opposed to just waiting a little bit longer here. Arrange a betrothal. Oh yeah, we could possibly arrange a betrothal between... Is the kid betrothed? He's not. Well, who is this guy? Prefect of Anzhao? I'm gonna decline because I think that what I want to actually arrange is this one here. Let's send that proposal. Yeah, let's so we're gonna educate the kid ourselves, and we'll have him betrothed to our daughter. I think we're putting a lot of stock in this kid. I know he's just content. I know he's a little bit slow, but I feel like Kong Zhaojian thinks that he can raise him to be a good man. And I think that's a reasonable thing to assume. He also rules the most powerful realm currently. I mean, look at that. Yeah, we just connected the realms up here. There's just this little bit in between. You know, we've got a few different spots basically, but yeah, this is the biggest realm right now. Maybe not necessarily the most powerful. Liang's pretty strong. The king of Dai Bei is pretty strong, but relatively speaking, the biggest, most powerful realm right now. So Kong Zhaojian does possibly have some important work to do here. So we can also station our men-at-arms regiment, which we can do there. We can probably host a free inspection, which we do want to do. Inspection's free, so we might as well do it. Might as well crank up the finances because it's all free. Overseer intent or survey intent? The local stewards and nobles are known for their extra taxes. Yeah, I think we'll... I think we'll do this. Improve success chance. 21 in the entourage. All right. Bringing everybody along. Fine and dandy. Let's start the inspection. All right. As I arrive in Huangzhou, I am brought to the study. A group of servants attend all my needs and fuss about me for a while until I ask them to leave. How am I meant to focus on the task at hand? With them out of the way, I can finally start working on my plans, which is to expand the borders. The inspection will attempt to make claims, increase offer vassalization. That's not really helpful. The inspection will improve taxes and development. Ensure the people here remember why I'm their liege. Improve local levies and improve popular opinion. Improve the bureaucracy. I feel like we'll go with this one. You know, reinforce why we have been put in charge here. Mostly because I like the bonuses that are coming from that. As I travel through the forests around Huangzhou, I reflect on an all too common problem. As soon as we leave the city, we find ourselves stuck in muddy ditches and following paths that do not go anywhere. These old roads are barely of any use, if any use at all. Unless I look into setting aside men to start working on repairs, it will likely start affecting local citizens and foreign traders if it hasn't already. I will allocate the funds necessary for this. Gains new roads for 10 years. That's nice. Levy the citizens. No, we've got funds in the treasury. We've got 92 there. So I think we can allocate the funds necessary. So that is completely fine from my perspective there. As part of the efforts to improve the standing with the locals, I set aside the day to travel through the city and meet with them. Though they have some reservations at first, we see a large group of locals who want to come over and tell us about their problems. if I have the opportunity, I will talk about the local levies and garrison, or what a great impression I have of Huangzhou. Much better chance of a successful here, and I do think our main goal is to improve popular opinion, so that's what we're gonna go with. Stressful studies, yeah. I mean, stress is gonna be the one thing that could possibly kill Zhao Jian at this point. Out here to find yourself some poachers, Arya, a ragged hunter yells at us. Plenty to be found, even if it ain't real royal land. Here in Huangpi, it's every man for himself. You want to stake your claim on these lands, you need someone who can show up in your name regularly, if you know what I mean, he says, winking. You'll hire some guards to patrol the hinterlands. Recruit the local huntsmen who already know the area. Holding taxes goes down. I'm not like too stressed out about holding taxes. Yeah, I think we'll recruit the local huntsman because the bonuses here are just generally better. Let's get the locals involved. I think that is the ideal outcome there. No matter how much I've spoken to or engaged with the locals, the county has a constant air of discontent. I'll have to put this right at another point in time. We get an inconclusive inspection. We still gain some devotion and money and improved salary, so that's totally fine. Could have been better, could have been worse. Our governorship skill is reasonably high here. Like, we are probably one of the better governors in the realm, I would dare say. Kong Yonggui can be sent to the children's examination. I wouldn't put him in there yet. I don't think he's ready for it. Inspired person can be sponsored. Wang Yao Yu. And alchemy. Sponsored inspiration. I don't know how good he is at this. It's affected by learning. His learning sucks. Li Yanshao. Avarice and opportunity. As the appointed prefect of Huangzhou, I am an instrument of the Wang, with the full authority over my prefecture's bureaucracy, subjects, and naturally taxes. A minor collection. Huangzhou's needy could use some help. An almonage levy for 5 years. Prefecture is not my It occurs to me that it would be well within my purview to institute a new minor levy on the people only for the good of the kingdom. We could do it for the good of the kingdom, an almonage levy. We don't have any vassals currently, so this actually could be good. I think that's what we're going to do. We need to help out the people. The people need someone looking out for them, so I think it's very reasonable for Zhao Jian to do something along those lines. How's the kid turning out? I mean, he must have gotten himself coronated here. The musings of Kong Zhaojian. Argumentative writing is something that ought to come natural to any scholar. In my text on people, the landscape, and how moods and ideals affect them, I've been able to practice my skills at using examples to support a central assertion. This is a fine piece of writing. You have captured the essence of the problem well, is what my wife, Xiao Lao, says. As the first reader... Oh, it's nice that the first reader of our work is our wife. And did we just create a new item here? We did. The Musings of Kong Zhaojian. This is a longer treatise on people, the landscape, and how moods and ideals affect them, by Kong Zhaojian, demonstrating his grasp of philosophy? Sorry, oh geez. I don't know why I struggled with that one there. As well as his stylistic prowess. This work was clearly ably put together by someone well-versed in the genre and is considered an interesting read for any scholar. Learning lifestyle experience plus 10, a tiny bit of prestige, study scheme phase length is improved, and Confucian education trait gain. Nice. Altogether, a pretty reasonable artifact, I would say. So, yeah, things are going pretty well. We probably have enough money. What we really need to do is build up our villa, but 225 is quite a lot. We could continue to boost up some by building some of these things, like a family archive. That seems actually very reasonable to do. So I think that's exactly what we're going to do. A family archive for the Kong family. Scheme successful. As I gaze upon the lush autumn garden, I reflect upon the verses of the great poet Liu Zhong Yuan. A breeze stirs the sleeve of my robe, guiding my hand to the brush, as though heaven itself invites me to write. The paper lies before me, still and expectant, waiting to receive my words. With great effort, with effort, I will be great too one day. We gain poetry experience? Yeah, I think we can do that. I'll take a tiny bit of stress here. And we're feeling a little bit better as well. So how's our poet trait actually looking? We're actually getting to be close to a masterful poet, which is nice. Things are ultimately looking relatively decent. Is Ba consolidating? Ba seems dangerous. Liang, I think, just made a move here. They look bigger than they were just a moment ago. Yeah, this guy, what has he got? Honest, generous, but sadistic. Not great. Yeah, Scheme successful. Ooh, known by poets. I will see that a magistrates hear my name. My merit stands on its own. No, I think we want to keep boosting that poet trait experience here. We're getting close there. But yeah, there's some powerful rulers here. Yu's a warrior. Lost his arm. Gui. Ooh, Wang He Chun Hao. The evil of Gui. Yikes. Okay, this guy, yeah, look at this. Sadistic, arbitrary, and wrathful. Also, he looks massive. This guy's like basically the mountain, but if he was a warlord. The benevolent Kong Zhao Jian, your virtues and wit are known all under heaven. I'm seeking advice and patronage from you. I will be grateful to become your humble disciple, says Gentleman Wei Jingtong. All right. This kid seems good, diligent, content, gregarious. Yeah, you know what? And his father was killed during a siege. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry for that, kid. But yeah, we'll accept you. Yeah. Yeah, we'll accept. We will accept that offer. Child benefits from spouse's tutelage. Alright, how's Xiao Zong doing? Wards of martial drill. We could get him to get that trait defender, which is, we could also I don't want him to become ambitious. No, we don't need to give him that stress. It's only a 56% chance. He doesn't need the trait ambitious. He's got good traits. He already speaks a couple languages. Chinese, Tibetan, and Tungusic. But we could have him study another language, the Hmonic language. So let's have him study that. Why not? Have him learn the language of the Huang people. But yeah, we need to find a wife for him at some point too. Stressful studies. We need to continue this study scheme. I don't know what we're gaining from this study scheme, honestly. I'm just gonna abandon it. I don't know if it's actually helping us, really. I do think that we should drink some tea. I do want to reduce the stress. Wow, we lost 68 stress. That cup of tea was good. And Zhang Hao gained an inspiration. Okay. We can perform a ritual sacrifice. I want to build up a little bit more money because I'm just wondering if it's going to cost like 50 coins or something. A poetic life, love and death. The morning is ushered in with sweet sonorous air as birds flit about in search of a mate. They will soon be dead, and yet they live fully, composing words of love all morning long. I watch further as insects are ripped from the air, dismembered and devoured by the ravenous winged lovers. As a poet, my calling, my duty is to distill all beauty and horror into a few select words for others to muse on. All poetry speaks to either love or death. Death is all around us, but love we must seek out. It is my duty to pursue amorous engagements, a poetic life. Romance is beyond me, so too is poetry, I fear. Oh. I don't know if we'd seek out amorous engagements with anybody other than our wife. But we do seem to be in a little bit of a poetic thing. So, maybe we, have a little bit of a romance with our dear wife, Xiao Lao here. The Shuo Fang Divergence. Small changes in dialect, slightly different customs. It was easy to miss at first. The Han people living in Shuofang have now begun to identify them as a different culture. Dugao Way of Shuofang. Where's that? Okay, so kind of a distant region, not entirely, I suppose, unexpected here that a new culture might start to emerge, kind of on the edges of the culture there. So, or on the edges of the country, I suppose. The family archive has been finished. Good. Daughter has been taught by Zhang Hao. Nice. Good job, Zhang Hao. Our son gained... Did he always have the journaler? Or did he just gain that? Inspired person. Shi Wu. No, I'm not paying for that. But I will... Oh, what do we have here? So the benign Kong Zhao Jian. I propose a betrothal between my daughter Qian Xiyin and your son and heir Kong Xiaozong. Humble, diligent, but you're just not. You are a governor. Governor of Wuxi. You're a good man. But is this the match I want to make for my son and heir? I don't know if it is. I mean, you know what? He is a vassal of... I don't know. He's got sisters, though. Like, the Wang has sister. I really wanted to get a good trait, but she's not bad by any measure. Pensive, diligent, humble. Diligent and humble. He's a powerful fellow vassal. He's a decent man. Well, torturer. But, I mean, look at his... Well, diligent, vengeful. Maybe he isn't as decent of a man as I thought. Schemer. I don't know if we would want to offend him, but I don't know if we consider this guy to be all that righteous. So I think I am going to decline, as much as I don't think it's necessarily a good idea to offend a man like that, but such as it is. Yeah, we do need to find somebody for our son here. Shi Zirao. Zhao Su Shu Jian. I just want to get I want to get somebody with a trait. An intelligence trait would be great. But I don't think that there's a really... We looked last time, there weren't that many great options. But I think that we're gonna need to pick... We're just gonna need to pick somebody at this point here. So we got quite a few with the, the physical traits, the beauty trait. Beauty trait's not terrible. I mean, we've got a intelligent one here, but she's way too old. This is a daughter of the former emperor. I don't know if he would accept that. Li Ying. Okay. Gentleman Li Bamao. Okay. Alright. She had two important grandparents. One of them was mangled by a leopard. The other one died of consumption. Wu Chong. Less prestigious family. I mean, we know that the Li family is a relatively prestigious family, typically, or at least some branches of the Li family are prestigious. There's not just the Emperor's branch, there are other ones. I think that character seems reasonable. Li Lan Ying. Yeah, prestigious grandparents. Father's not a great guy. Sadistic, zealous. Li Sheng, Wu Yanji. Yeah, just not a prestigious dynasty. But were these guys respected? Brave, temperate, brave, temperate, lazy. Okay. Couple positive ones there. And this guy was arrogant, gregarious, arbitrary. I don't know if she comes from the most prestigious of lineages. Really, it's probably the best one. I think this is the best case scenario that we're gonna get in terms of traits. I don't think it's reasonable to imagine that we would possibly get a marriage here, nor do I think that we'd want it. Wu Chong Chong. Yeah, not really. And her father's an okay guy. Compassionate, arrogant, and diligent. Rakish, lover's box, infirm. This is a tough decision, actually. Because, like, part of me really wants to make sure we get some decent traits in the family here. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go with my gut and say, I think that this option... The thing is, like, yeah, I mean... Kong Zhaojian is not thinking, like, oh, this 5-year-old kid seems intelligent. Perhaps she will pass this intelligent trait along to my family. So we do need an actual reasonable reason why Kong Zhaojian would consider this as opposed to the one that he just declined. And I think there's something reasonable about, you know, the fact that she descends from 2 branches of the House of Li, and there are many different Li branches from what I was looking this up actually. There's a bunch of different Li family branches. Some of them were important, some of them weren't important. It's very difficult to tell which ones are which. Obviously, the Li branch that were the Tang emperors just previous to this are the most important. But you know, these are prestigious dynasties, and I think that it's not completely unreasonable to imagine that we would see this as a reasonable marriage to make. So yeah, she's from the House of Wu, but you know, she descends from some important family. So yeah, I think that's reasonable. It's enough to justify it. Yeah, I do have to play with the game mechanics to some extent here, right? Like, you know, I do want to get some positive traits into our dynasty. So as long as I have some sort of explanation, I'm fine. Excellency, my Li Shang Sun Wan Xing approaches me with urgency. A local merchant has a copy of the compendious book on calculation by completion and balancing, but refuses to sell it to me. If you could make him see the error of his ways, I would be in your debt. I will make sure the book... Oh, that is a little bit too expensive for you, Sun Wan Xing. I do not have the money you seek. So, do without it. Sorry, my friend. Do we just continue to build up the estate here? Dynastic pavilion, clerk's desk, audit table, block carving shed, water clock. Ooh, domicile influence, promote movement power, mentorship phase, find living quarters, private study. Enables the mentor in governance scheme. Ooh. Prefect's office, celestial appointment succession. Oh, that's kind of cool. Prefect's office. Servants' quarters, bath. Baths are always nice. Wine room, courtyard, prison cell, reception hall. Reception hall. I don't think we need a reception hall right now. I think that the private study probably makes the most sense to have, so I'll drop my money in there. We also have a new... Man, we got learning lifestyle perks fast. Clerical justifications. Plus 20 religious relations efficiency. Well and good. Let's see. How old is Kong Xiaozong? 14. Li Yan Xiao has become a astute intellectual and also a faithful blade. Can we do we have anybody in our court to arrange a marriage for him? No, but we will get it. We will get you a marriage. Go. Pick the top option there. Gladly accept your proposal. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Okay. Go here. Study the Confucian classics. Oh, we don't need that study scheme. Attempt suicide, write thoughts down. Well, we don't want to do that. Yikes. But we do maybe want to write our thoughts down. Perform a ritual sacrifice. We do not need to travel far in order to demonstrate true devotion. You know what the... I wonder if YouTube, just because I like said what's on the screen here, if it's gonna be like, oh, we can't show this video. Probably not, but you never know with YouTube sometimes. Perform a ritual set. Whatever. I know I said I was gonna wait till I had 50, but the Temple of Huangpi, the Sanctuary, and the Undulating Hills of Macheng. No, I think we'll do it at our own shrine. Yeah. Sacrifice to heaven. We'll do it at the family shrine, which is good because the family shrine is the most important one to our religion here. Dai's looking like they're getting a little bit bigger. I'm curious to see, you know, I'm curious how we're going to see some of these realms consolidating. Like, do you guys have any bets who you think is going to be the big ones around here? Like, Yang is definitely looking good for now. Kids 15, influence the ward's personality. Let's try to get him to be passionate. I'm hoping that this works. 66% chance. Come on. Can we do it? Success! I approached my ward, Sui Xiaowei, in concern. He was recently present while one of my champions maimed a disobedient servant. The fearful child asks, why are people so violent? Their hearts are good, I murmur, embracing him, but power can blind and strength enthrall. Do not let evil sights blind your heart. Instead, see in them the need for kindness. I will try to be noble for all my days, weeps Sui Xiaowei. Nice. That's my boy. Look at this. Okay, the kid's got good traits. Patient, content, zealous, and compassionate is great traits for a ruler to have. I mean, content, but it's pretty decent. My ward Wang Sui Xiaowei has come of age, and it's time he left my care. Always the curious and knowledge-hungry child, he has shown an affinity for scholarship from an early age. An avid learner, he has become quite the purveyor of knowledge and has proven himself fully capable of structuring advanced theoretical and theological arguments. Sun Xiaoying's contribution towards his education cannot go unmentioned. Her lessons have given him valuable knowledge in his future as well. Sun Xiaoying. Oh yeah, this is his mother. Nice. Did he end up becoming friends with like our son or anything? He's friends with some hunchback guy. No, not friends with our son, but it is fine. We raised the kid as well we could. He did get that level 1 Confucian education as well, so boom, 21 learning for somebody who's slow. Not too bad. Plus he really obviously has a good impression of us as well, so that's pretty good. Governor. Okay, so the previous governor died. That was terrible anyways, so we have got a new governor, Zhang Chuan Gao, the Peaceful. Well, this guy seems a little bit better to serve under. We'll take it. What do we have here? An event. My judgment as governor is needed. Nuwa has been kind to us in many of Huangzhao's villages. Seemingly endless sheaves of grain are collected from the field by well-watered and steady rains. Have it distributed across the province. Fill the granary and sell the excess. Move all of it to my estate. No. Have it distributed equally across the province. We will not be greedy. We do not need to be greedy. We could potentially do some building, I guess. In here, we don't quite have enough money in the province just yet, but it will be possible in the not too far future. Poetic life, an exchange of verses. Many a potent verses discovered while taking in the night air. As I muse on a force beyond myself, I suddenly stumble upon the bewitching poet. The bewitching poet, you say? Okay, sure. We almost didn't notice her, but well, she is beautiful, so, or comely at least. Lustful, gluttonous, compassionate, interesting character we've got here. By the quiet woodland, I wait to hear your footsteps in the evening fog. Sensing my poetic disposition, she gestures for me to join her in the shadows. Could this be an invitation to engage in a poetic exchange, or does her deadly spider-like gaze portend something more wanton? I have just a verse. Let us exchange more than words. No, I don't think that that is something that Zhao Zhen, he doesn't strike me as that type of guy. No, he absolutely wouldn't cheat on his wife. I cannot see that. He's too much of a scholarly bent. He wouldn't even realize that somebody's making wanton eyes at him. Greetings, my implacable vassal. Ooh, chief secretary. I suppose we can accept. What do we get from that? Let's see. Effects on you: prestige, influence, fellow vassal opinion, political scheme, and monthly diplomacy lifestyle experience. Well, that's all not terrible. Things are going pretty well. I'm feeling decent for our realm. We don't hold any of the important major cities as far as I can tell, but invitation to Kong Wen Yu's local examination in Shu Chang. I suppose we'll see, but I want to get a sense of, yeah. I think we'll end things here. I want to get a sense of what you guys think. You know, should we continue along the path that we are now of just kind of being a steward and a leader? We are probably going to get some new promotions in the not too far future. We can't be appointed for another 2 years, but oh man, we are almost at 3rd rank, which is pretty good. We can be appointed to Empire tier titles. Obviously, those don't exist right now. But we are almost at 3rd merit rank, which is quite good. Our son, Kong Xiaozong, we could get him that martial drill. He could become a defender, which is not terrible for him to have, I suppose. You know, he might need to, you know, fight at some point. Send him to the children's examination, 64% chance. He might be able to pull off, but he would take a critical stress break if he fails. Yeah, we'll do all that in the next episode. But yeah, leave your thoughts down below because I am curious to see them. I know the series is going on for a long time, and it probably will because Zhao Zhen is going to live for a very long time. But I don't know. I like the slow pace of this one. I like that we're kind of seeing things from a different perspective than somebody who's just like trying to conquer and expand. You know, this is a little bit more of a personal story, and I don't know, it's a fun change of pace. Not to mention we're really getting to dive into the various things here, but as some people pointed out, you know, there's the possibility if we do another season, you know, maybe we take over as Kong Yuan Gui and maybe he goes to Japan or something like that because he wants to travel, and then we get to see some of the cool stuff over in Japan. A lot of different possibilities, you know, maybe so we send somebody, you know, way over here. I mean, we've got the Holy Roman Empire. Oh wow, we have not looked at this almost at all. And oh, we got a huge Hungary, a massive Holy Roman Empire here. Well, I'm just gonna give you guys this brief look. That's all you get. You can go and pause the video on here if you want and look at it more. But yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below. Till next time, Wanderers. Thank you for watching. Happy holidays to everybody out there who is celebrating them. And until the next one, I will see you then.